Studio 666 reviews are in, guys. We got some Renfield news. A bunch of trailers have dropped today. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Guys, this is my weekly horror news roundup show where we talk about all the movie news headlines. Let's just get right into the Studio 666 reviews. The Dave Grohl Foo Fighters horror movie that I took in, and I had some fun with it, guys. I had some fun. Let's go take a look at the tomato meter. No, I reviewed it yesterday on the channel, and I'll post that later on today of my full review. But I did my initial reaction as well, so that'll be up on the channel for you guys. But the tomato meter is sitting around 60% for the critics, 87% for the audience. Now, people are liking this movie. They like it a lot. I'll tell you this. Here is my quick little review summary. Dave Grohl really, he goes for it. He really dives into this, and he tries to give it his all. And that shows off quite a bit. It shows off really good. And that's why people are liking it, because Dave Grohl is just like a really cool dude. And it's just these guys having fun in front of the camera. That's what I would say. The only other person there that did a good job was the guitarist Pat Smear. He did a fantastic job. A real standout. A lot of the laughs came from him. So it's like Dave Grohl gets possessed and kills the rest of his band members while they're out trying to record their new album, guys. And it's just fun. Watch it with people in the theater, because people will be laughing and cheering and stuff at certain parts. My only criticism, and I have to knock this back a little bit. I apologize if you're a fan of it, but it's a touch long. It's an hour and 50 minutes, and of course, the acting is not going to be stellar or anything. But you're not watching it because of that. You're watching it because this is Dave Grohl and the Foo Fighters in a horror movie, and they go for it, man. They go for it. So with the tomato meter score, I kind of have to agree with it that 60%, 87%, that's not bad. And that's good. And I hope it does well at the weekend's box office, because that's cool that, it sounds like they put most of their own money into it, and that's just really cool that it's paying off in spades like this. People are really enjoying it. So that's good news for the realm of horror and movie and entertainment news. All right, guys, if you haven't already noticed, you're watching Mirror Domains Horror Movie Weekly Roundup, where we actually do talk about some of the headlines. And I'm going to take a brief pause today to talk a little bit about my YouTube setup and how I record my trailer reactions and such like that, to help out a fellow YouTuber. Jay Cart's Arts has asked for some little bit of insight, so we'll peel back the curtain a little bit and share some of my secrets with you. Whoops. Okay. But we talked about the Studio 666 reviews. Renfield, it's got a release date, that Nicolas Cage Dracula movie. Off-season trailer is out that everybody's talking about. Barbarians trailer is supposed to be good. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre numbers on Netflix are supposed to be really high and really good. Stephen King's The Boogeyman starts filming. Meg 2 has some casting news. Umma is a Sam Raimi horror coming out in March. Did you guys even hear about this? We'll talk about some various headlines like Candyman 4K release, and Freddy's Nightmares is on a streaming service now. And if we have time, we'll take a look at some new releases that are coming out besides 666. There's some new trailers out. And with that being said, guys, if you're watching us live, please, I always talk to people in the live chat. And if you're watching us afterwards, you can look at all of these topics that will be listed in time codes for you guys in the comment section and description below. But let's just talk about this first off-season movie that came out, or that's coming out. And it's got people talking. I had to figure out what the heck is this off-season. It's only an hour and 23 minutes. Okay, who does it star as? It has Richard Brake in it. That's Rob Zombie's go-to man recently. Nobody else big. Jocelyn Donahue and Joe Swanberg. Okay, well, what's the log line here? After receiving a mysterious letter, a woman travels to a desolate island town and soon becomes trapped in a nightmare. Cool, man. I want to check out this trailer. We're gonna watch this trailer today because we're gonna cover a couple things here, how I do trailer reactions. So I'm gonna do something called pulling up my YouTube crop here, and I have a scene nested in OBS. So it's cropped my web browser. This is coming from the web browser. And yeah, and you can even see like the YouTube bars on there and stuff like that. So I'm going to watch this trailer. And so what I do is this is my normal browser. And then I've got it set so that I have another scene set up for YouTube Big. So I cropped it even bigger. So then all I can do is just hit some hotkeys here in OBS, and I'm switching in between. And then, of course, if it's something like doing a full-length movie, I can put on a little bit of a barrier there with another hotkey. And that's it. That's all I do. And, of course, if I need to mute the sound. That's what I do. So I'll explain that a little bit more after this first review. And I'll show you my OBS setup. But let's check out the trailer for Offseason. Because I hear good things.
Listen to me. I have something to tell you.
On Shudder. Okay, so it's a Shudder release.
Please come at once. Your mother's grave has been vandalized.
This is an emergency. I have to get to the cemetery as soon as possible. Please.
She didn't want to come back here. She didn't want to be buried here.
It's ominous. Ominous.
What's wrong with this place?
Music in the background there too. Can you hear it?
Silent ain't very big. I'll be a real friend to you.
Can we please get out of here?
Yes. Jesus.
What the?
This is the way we came?
There's been one road we've been on the
Well, turn
entire
around.
time.
We gotta get out of here.
They're lost.
No, what is happening right
She said that the people on this island made a deal with a demon.
A demon?
George? Are you here?
Okay. Wow. I like the tone of this. Ooh, who's that? That's kind of creepy.
What's happening right now? Demons and sea creatures?
Devilishly fun. Ooh, did you see that shot? That was like shades of Silent Hill.
Can't let you go, miss.
Like shades of Silent Hill, a little bit of The Fog, Offseason.
The island.
Ooh, whoa, what was that? Hold on. What was that in the shadows there? Okay, you guys can't see that because it's really dark, but it looks almost like there's a hand or something is standing there in the big shadows. Wow. Sunday Night in the live chat says this movie was kind of trash. So are you saying that this trailer doesn't do it justice? Okay, well, let's just take a look at that IMDb score here quickly. 5.4 out of 10. Well, but guys, it's a horror movie, and I never expect them to be like 8 or 9s out of 10s. But we got some feedback there that it's kind of trash. Bummer, because I like that trailer. That last shot there of her standing on the beach with that big kind of monster-y thing, that looked kind of interesting. But guys, let me know, besides Sunday Night there in the live chat, what do you think about this movie? Have you seen it? Are you going to check it out? I like the trailer, at least. I like the trailer. Let's take a little bit of a sidestep here quickly while I show you my little behind-the-scenes thing, and I hope this works. I had to make this up on the fly. Okay, so I want to show you my YouTube setup, and it's going to require me to maybe make a mirror image of myself. So this is my OBS setup, guys. Studio 666 Sunday Night said was trash. Oh, okay. Well, to each their own. So guys, I have my OBS set up here, and this is how I record. So I got my open plate here, and I put my scenes all here on the side, and it really helps you to organize your OBS scenes so that you can just flip in between them by hotkeys, right? So I go from open wide plate to my YouTube big browsing. See how that's listed there? And then of course I got my web browser right below that, so that I can go to like the IMDb page and stuff like that. And of course all of these things are cropped in scenes. So I do embedded scenes. So this, I have like my camera set up here, my camera crop for the browser, and the zoom and the webcam crop, because I do also have a webcam that I can use instead of my Sony. So what all of this does, guys, is it allows me to record it all in OBS so that I'm not taking the file from the memory card on the camera, putting it into the computer. I'm not taking audio files and trying to sync it all up in my editing software. I'm not doing that anymore. That stuff really burns you out, man. And you just gotta learn the settings here in OBS. Now, I have it set there for audio mixer, but I also like to take a look at the stats, especially when I'm streaming, so that I can see that, okay, I'm lagging a little bit, and I can see the health of my stream, because I don't have the ability, I don't have so many monitors that I can have one for what my YouTube live streams looks like, and I have my OBS set up on my big TV, and then on my smaller laptop display, I have my my web browser open. Sorry, I'm not trying to, okay, so I'll take out this web capture again. Whoops. But that's a bit of a walkthrough. If you need me to explain it a little bit more towards the end of the show, after we've done all the topics, we'll talk about that a little bit more. But I just wanted to give you guys a little look behind the scenes as to what happens here on this show. And we'll dive right back into it with the Barbarians trailer. Barbarians 2021. It was supposed to come in 2021, but now it's getting a wider release now, 6 out of 10. Some people probably have seen it too. It looks like it has to do with a cult. It's got that guy who played one of the bastards in Game of Thrones. The log line reads, a dinner party in a country house that sees 4 friends come together for a birthday celebration. But as the night progresses, secrets emerge and unsettling events begin to unfold around them. I'm getting vibes of The Invitation. Did you ever see that? Where they come to a dinner party and it's like they're there to get murdered in some kind of sacrifice. Ewan Rion is Adam. So he's the guy from Game of Thrones. Will Kemp, Tom Cullen, Catalina Sandino Moreno. All right, guys, let's take a look at this trailer that some people have said that, hey, James, you got to check this thing out. Let's check out this Barbarians trailer. So, that being said, put on the old headset. Ooh, I'm going to get copyright claim today, but you know what? That's fun. I don't mind doing that for you guys because, you know, it's a live stream. We're small right now, and YouTube is not going to come down hard on me for this kind of stuff because people do trailer reactions all the time.
Just think, after tonight, this is ours.
Oops.
Hello. I can't believe he's here.
Benjamin Button, honestly, taken to country life is the perfect place to raise a family.
Being here has drawn my work towards something. I certainly can't explain it.
Love country life. Love it.
You're
Cheers.
related.
Planned Parenthood.
Lucas,
You're pregnant.
you are?
I need a cigarette.
I really do feel like I belong here.
All right, easy, mate. Still your
This
house.
is supposed to be a horror movie? I'm not getting horror vibes.
Hit me. Why?
I guess the best form of defense is being
Adam, what's wrong with you?
A touch of Fight Club?
What's this?
I actually really need this sale.
A little bit of The Purge there.
This is part of the American psyche. The love of guns and violence.
Whoa.
It's a home invasion story.
Is
Okay.
the only realistic form of
So it's like The Purge mixed with The Invitation.
While we're celebrating.
Ooh, that'll kind of...
It's a complete mold.
what's that other movie with Christina Hendricks?
Me and you.
That was...
the world. And if anyone gets in our way, I'll just
a little bit of The Strangers.
I would actually
That's
love
what I'm
to go
thinking
for a
about.
hunt one day.
Yeah, that's what it is. Barbarians. So that's exactly kind of like...
I'll just get dessert then, shall I?
So that's exactly like The Strangers, The Purge, The Invitation. If you've ever seen any of those, and it's exactly the same kind of setup. But that trailer, that didn't wow me. That didn't wow me at all, actually, to tell you the truth, because it just looked too familiar. But I don't know, some people may like it. Barbarians, people are talking about it this week. Comes out April 1st, 2022. Let's see if there's any kind of tomato meter on this. 100%. Oh, it's only 6 reviews. Okay. I'm like, whew, geez. Let's just take a quick readout here on from Anti-Bittle. As secrets out, hallucinogens kick in and chaos reigns, so they get drugged. Civilized seeming birthday boy Adam and those around him will discover divided Brian's barbarian side. Yeah, okay, well, people who saw it, all 6 people said that they liked it 100%. Really? Really? That's strange. Huh. Okay. Well, guys, that's the Barbarians trailer. Now, guys, last week on Netflix, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out, and apparently it was like one of the best releases numbers-wise recently on Netflix. This comes to us from Fangoria. They said, let's take a look at the numbers, because, guys, I did do a reaction for this, a watch-along that you guys can watch it. It's up on the channel, and I did my review last week for it, too. So I had fun with it. But I'm not going to rehash some of my review about it. I just want to talk about these numbers that were apparently so big, because, well, that's good for Netflix. And I liked how it kind of left it open for more, because there's a post-credit scene, if you didn't know. But they talk about some of the numbers in here, how it's, well, it was number 2. And I guess these are what the states, because I don't know if they bulk the Canadian numbers with the American numbers, because I'm from Canada, right? So my numbers may be a little bit different. But Netflix's weekly top 10 website, Chainsaw Massacre, amassed 28.18 million hours of viewership. That's good. Fuzz joins us in the live chat. Hey Fuzz, how's it going, man? Okay, so yeah, 28.1 million. That's a lot of views. So people are talking about it. Now, it does seem to be the motif that a lot of people are not liking it, that a lot of people are jumping on that hate bandwagon. And yeah, guys, I agree with a lot of the criticisms out there about the movie, that it's yes, it doesn't have a whole lot of substance in it. The characters are a little bit cardboard, but you're not watching it. I wasn't watching it for that. I was watching it for Leatherface, and I was watching it for the fact that that he was going to lay waste. And that's what I watched it. All of the stuff in between is just kind of like, whatever. You know what? And you'll see that if you watch my my full reaction for it. That I had fun with it, and I couldn't see what people were complaining about. But apparently Netflix is boasting that it did well there too. So we probably will get a sequel to this, despite what some people may have thoughts of. Yeah, and it talks about their post-credit scene there. So make sure to watch the post-credit scene to get an idea as to what possibly could happen next. It's not really that much spoilers to know what that is. I like Texas Chainsaw. It's not something that I want to rushing to watch again. But hey, guys, that bus scene it's epic. It's borderline a masterpiece. Watch that bus scene at least if you're not wanting to watch the entire movie. All right, The Boogeyman. Let's talk about Stephen King. The Boogeyman movie is now filming for Hulu. Director Rob Savage is tackling the adaptation from The Boogeyman. Okay. And Sophie Thatcher from Yellow Jackets has joined the cast. Cool. Now, I watched the first episode of Yellow Jackets because it was the big talk of the town, and I got the first episode free here in Canada. I wasn't that taken by it. Yeah. But everybody seems to like it. So The Boogeyman is also going to have these two guys. Cool. Who else is in here? The cast includes Chris Messina, Sophie Thatcher, Vivian Lyra Blair, and David Dosta Malkian. He's from the Suicide Squad. You'll recognize his face. That guy right there. Okay, cool. Have you read The Boogeyman from Stephen King? They're adapting it for Hulu. I'll have to keep my eye out for that. The Meg 2 has some casting news. Wu Jing joins the cast. And Li Bingbing is not returning. Li Bingbing was in the first movie with Statham there. You can see her right there. And she's not going to be joining the cast, rejoining. So that's kind of a bummer. But from what I was told yesterday in the live chat, this Wu Jing, he is a big action star, and I looked at some of his trailers that some people recommended to me from his IMDb page. I looked at Watergate Bridge. What else did I look at? Wolf Warriors. I looked at. Yeah, I looked at those two trailers. It looked like that kind of throwback action movies that came out of the 80s, like that kind of like American Ninja, those kinds of actioners. And I got no problem with that. I used to do retro trailer reactions on the channel. And I still may go back to that because I like looking at those old trailers. I have a playlist for that kind of stuff up on the channel if you guys want to take a look for like classic trailers from the 80s action movies like Jim Cotta and Lethal Weapon and yeah, stuff like that. All of that stuff is just fun. Yeah, I feel like I should revive that because that was a lot of fun. And now that I can do trailer reactions so easily just like that, maybe I will return to it. But Meg 2 casting, guys. Okay. We also had Sienna Gilroy come up this week. She was in Resident Evil Apocalypse. Skylar Samuels. Sergio Perry Manchetta is going to be playing the bad guy. Okay. And we just don't know too much about it now. It's just going to be called The Trench. It's filming right now. So it's going to once again include multiple sharks. That's cool. I like Meg. It was okay, but it had its flaws with the cheesiness towards the end there. I just hope that the sharks look better this time. Like this, it didn't look real. Like this, they made it look too monstrous, too fake. There's something about the look of a real shark that they can do, but yeah, it'll probably continue along that same vein. Umma is a trailer, or is a movie coming out in March with Sam Raimi producing. So hey, it's got Sam Raimi producing. It's got my eye on. Keep my eye on out for this. And I looked everywhere for a trailer for this, and they don't have it out yet. Sandra Oh. It's coming out theatrical release on March 18th. But it hasn't been marketed in any way. And I'm just kind of like, well, it's got Sam Raimi's name attached to it, and you can't throw out a trailer. It's got this Sandra Oh there. You might recognize her. The log line for it reads, Amanda and her daughter living a quiet life on an American farm. Okay, but when the remains of her estranged mother arrive from Korea, Amanda becomes haunted by the fear of turning into her own mother. So it's a haunting movie. It's a ghost movie. It's perhaps their dead mother's haunting them. It's called Umma. Okay. I'll have to keep my eye out for that for sure. Sam Raimi horror movie. I'm up for one of those. And we'll just move on to some various headlines here. Just two quick little ones here for this segment because I like Candyman a lot. It's coming to 4K, which is cool, from Arrow Video. And this movie still holds up. Say what you will about the remake. It's not really a remake. It's one of those things that's classified as a requel, right? I still like Tony Todd as in this role. It's just so iconic, and I recently rewatched it, and it holds up, guys. It does hold up. The soundtrack, and it's just got that eeriness. Is he real or isn't he? Is she killing people, or it's just cool? And it's getting a 4K release. That's good. And Virginia Madsen, she does fantastic in it. Fantastic. The new 4K restoration from the original negative, 4K. Blu-ray presentation. Any details about extra features? Oh, cool! Audio commentary from the director and Tony Todd. I'll have to watch it just for that, to hear Tony Todd talk about it. There's an interview with Virginia Madsen. Something with Clive Barker, because he wrote it, right? He wrote the story. The short it was a short story first, right? Clive Barker has obviously done things like Nightbreed, Hellraiser, and stuff like that. Okay, Urban Legend. So there's a lot of special features on this thing. That's cool. Ooh, is that what the box is going to look like? Cool, man. It looks like you're going to get a lot of stuff in that. Candyman, 4K. Guys, are you excited about that? Are you going to pick it up? I can't imagine that it'll be more than $30. But yeah, I'd check that out. Freddy's Nightmares on Screambox. Cool. I watched this when it came out on TV when I was younger, and the real episodes that really got under my skin is the ones where they're dreaming and they think that they wake up, but they're not. They're still dreaming. Those ones, like where you get trapped in that endless cycle of dreams. And some of the stories were, they were creepy, man. Hey, so this is going to be out on Screambox now. Cool. All 44 episodes. You'll have to pay attention for that. I'll be dead. I like Freddy's Nightmares. He wasn't in all of them, though. Like, some of the nightmares were just normal, run-of-the-mill kind of horror stories. Is that the way I remember it? If you guys do, let me know in the comments below if that's the way that it worked. Because I feel like I would like to revisit that series for sure. All right. Let's take a look at what else is coming out this week, aside from Studio 666. 4 new horror movies releasing this week, including the Studio 666. And as I said, guys, here, this is from the Red Band trailer. They do gore. Like, you get to see some stuff in here, especially with a chainsaw. Ooh, pretty brutal murders too. Brutal murders. But some people don't like it. Like, and that's okay. Okay, let's see what else is coming out here. Hellbender. Yeah, this is something a little bit like along the vein of a witch, like a couple of witches. A Hellbender. It's coming out on Shudder, and I watched the trailer, and it's got some eerie imagery in it. Like, look at that. There's a hand coming out of the key there. I'm not going to explode it up too much, but it just looks like there's a mother starts off being a witch, and then her daughter takes after her in the same kind of practice. It's on Shudder. It does look like it's kind of like a little bit of a character study between them, and eventually it looks like the daughter becomes more powerful than her in witchcraft. And there's some gruesome imagery. I watched the trailer. It's got that witch vibe to it, and it's on Shudder, so it's worth a look. I'd say check it out. There's Studio 666. And they're trying to show us the Red Band trailer. You can't watch it here. I think we've talked about that enough. No Exit comes out on Hulu. Now, I watched this trailer, and No Exit, it looks like it's a psychological thriller more than it is a horror. This girl comes to like this, I guess it's like a gas station or something, and people are held up in a snowstorm, and she goes outside to look at what's going on, and there's a girl locked in one of the vehicles. So she goes back in, and it's supposed to be like this thriller mystery as to which one of these characters inside the little restaurant or gas station is the one kidnapping her, who's the kidnapper. And it looks like it's got the tropes of, oh, well, this guy looks like he could be a kidnapper, so it could be that guy, but it's not that guy. You know it's not going to be that guy. You know it's going to be like somebody that you don't expect. It's okay, but I wouldn't say it's very horrific, other than the fact that somebody's being kidnapped. It's more of that thriller thing. It's called No Exit because they're stuck in this little place during a snowstorm. This one also doesn't look like a horror movie. I don't know why it's out here. It's called The Desperate Hour with Naomi Watts. And I like the trailer. Basically, it looks like she's out for a run. And then she gets a message over her phone that her son is involved in some kind of a school shooting or something like that. And because she's out on a run, she's got to then try to run back to town to deal with the situation. And that looks like what the bulk of the movie is her running in the woods trying to get back, getting these small messages about from her son. And it does look like Naomi Watts is trying to give it her all, but it looks more like that thriller thing than an actual horror movie. Yeah, she does good in it, but I wouldn't classify that as a horror. And of course, then we get Freddy's Nightmares there again on that streaming service, Streambox. All right, guys. That's pretty much the way that it's been today in this week in the realm of horror movie and entertainment news. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about, let me know in the comments. Fuzz says, meh, looks boring. Yeah. That's the thing. That's the real thing. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed that little behind the scenes look at my my YouTube setup. I don't know if I can elaborate anything about it, anything more. Yeah, because it's not going to do that. It's not going to allow me to do that. I'd have to make an actual video. I don't think I can show you live streaming the breakdown of my actual YouTube setup, or my OBS setup, because I'd have to record it right from the screen. Yeah. All right, guys. That's the week that has been. If you have any questions about how I record and stuff like that, by all means, another YouTuber reached out to me, and I'm trying my best to accommodate and fill out the questionnaires that people have and stuff like that. I'll always help you out, other YouTubers, for sure, always. And that other channel, Jake Hart's Arts, go check out his channel too. He does a lot of horror stuff too, and he puts out good material. Yeah. That's it. I'll see you guys next week for more horror movie weekly roundup on Mirror Domains.